Welcome everyone to the game between Magnus Carlsen. He's on the board earlier than his opponent, a very rare phenomenon. He is playing against the UAE number one player Salem Saleh, and there he arrives. Magnus shakes hands with his opponent. This is going to be a very exciting clash between these two players. And this is the seventh round of World Blitz Championship 2025. Salem Saleh, known for his blitz chess, he loves chess immensely. He did lose to Arjun Erigaisi in round 5, but then managed to beat Robert Hovhannissian. Is currently on 5 out of 6 points. This will be a very exciting clash, a handshake. And this, dear friends, is the ChessBase mobile app recap of the day. Magnus opens the game with pawn to e4. We have Sicilian, and Magnus is known for this Italian way of playing against the Sicilian here at the World Blitz Championship. He loves putting his bishop out there, pawn to d3, a4, gaining space, bishop comes back, and now c3. This is standard stuff. He then brings his rook here to play d4, protecting the pawn. We've already seen this happening in many of the games. He's played that against Murzin as well, like many players. And now Salem is thinking. So the simple plan that white has is to go for d4. But apart from that, knight d2, knight f1, knight g3, like the Ruy Lopez or the Italian. And because d4 is kind of a nice idea here, black can actually stop it with the move e5. But that does weaken the d5 square that is controlled here. But if you think about it, like if I go e5 and you play d4, then bishop g4 becomes like a very strong idea, like take, and bishop. Oh, he does play e5. So you can see here, he's moved his pawn here. Magnus can't go d4 because of this take, and bishop g4. So he just brings his knight out. It's a very simple move, gets the knight into the game. Now the d5 square is a bit weak, so you want to take control of it. Look at this, knight f1, knight e3, knight d5. Salem would want to play b5, I believe, but also bishop g5 taking on f6, and then knight e3, knight d5 could be an idea. So h6 is definitely possible. He plays it, stopping this plan. Time-wise, Magnus has 2 minutes 50 seconds. He's 50 seconds ahead on the clock than his opponent. And he brings his knight out to a e3. So the position is roundabout even. I think a very natural move here is to go bishop e6 to take control of the d5 square. He plays b5 first, gaining some space, takes. And now one idea can be knight h4 with the idea of knight f5. And that's very cool because knight h4, if you try to make it tactical, I have knight f5, a very strong move. And if you go back, I have queen f3 with two knights here to attack. So definitely Magnus can try for this knight h4 idea, but he goes knight d5. Rook comes to e8, and Salem is okay if Magnus picks up this bishop because that's his bishop limited by his own pawns on e7. So rook e8 played. Let's see how Magnus responds here. Until now, he's played simple chess. He has control on d5 square. He goes knight d2. With this move, he's going knight f1, knight e3. Again, controlling the d5 square. That's his plan. So bishop drops back. He takes on f6. Queen takes f6. And now the knight comes to f1. The same idea. And Salem would want to go like bishop e6, I believe. That's just very natural. 1 minute 30 seconds for Salem, 2 minutes for Magnus. Bishop comes to e6. Good move by Salem. And now knight e3. He goes first rook a6. He sees an opportunity here to attack the knight on c6. And so he attacks it. You can defend it with your rook here. Or you can also move your knight away to e7. He goes rook c8. And maybe continuing this journey onto the d5 square makes a lot of sense. Yes, knight e3 played. And now rook 8. Very quick, very good move by Salem, taking control of the A file here. So that's a good move. And for Magnus, it's a choice between playing his rook to b6. Then he'll come back. So he chops, and plays bishop to d5. Pinning here. I think rook a6 makes a lot of sense, but he takes, knight takes. And now just queen d8. Queen comes to b3. A small little tickle on the b5 pawn, which doesn't allow you to settle down completely. Queen a5 played by Salem. And I think the main idea now is to go knight to e7 and trade off these two knights. I think that makes a lot of sense. King f1 played. Just to defend this rook, queen a4 takes. And now bishop e3. I think this is the moment where you must trade the knights. But also rook a2 looks very tempting. So he comes in. Magnus just goes rook b1. His now idea is b4. And notice how powerful this move is. Because takes, I can take back with the knight. And somehow the b5 pawn becomes very weak. And you know, through all these moves where Magnus didn't do much, look at the black bishop. Bishop on f8 can't do much. It's so passive. And now, you know, like you're thinking, oh, can I go knight e7 now? Suddenly knight c7 attacks b5. So he goes c4. And look at Magnus's face. He's like, okay, I didn't expect that move. c4. What's the plan? Isn't the b5 pawn now weak? Can I simply not go king e2 to defend the pawn on d3? I mean, Salem's move c4 does clamp down the structure, but it also weakens his b5 pawn. So king e2 plays it. King to e2. And now, well, with 30 seconds on the clock, Salem goes knight a5. But can you believe it? The position is utterly lost. Knight c7. How to defend the pawn? How to activate this bishop? Just have no clue. Salem pushes b4. He's shaking his head. But, you know, you can take on b4 now. Just get the pawn. He takes c3. He's going against this. If you take ba5, maybe rook b2 check is his idea. But Magnus calmly goes to d1. The knight is under pressure. If he moves the knight, b takes c3 is coming in. So must take rook b2. And 15 seconds left for Salem. He takes, rook takes, pawn takes, king c2. Knight comes back attacking the b4 pawn. The knight jumps back to d5, defending it. And now king b2 will fall. The b pawn is a passer. The bishop is still passive. And just like that, Magnus Carlsen has beaten his opponent, Salem Saleh. And he resigns there. Magnus wins. I would call this game the art of doing nothing. You don't do much. You play on your opponent's mistakes, what he does wrong. And I think a tremendous game there by Magnus, full of patience and calmness. And Salem, well, he tried his best, but it wasn't enough.
All these years, ChessBase was a software that needed to be installed on your computer. But now, ChessBase has come up with a mobile app. It's called the ChessBase mobile app and it is available both on Android and iPhone. With the app, you can now prepare against an opponent. You can get access to more than 11 million games in your database. You can create a new game, analyze it. The premium users get access to the fastest cloud engines, and then you can save your analysis. What's more is that the app is completely free. If you want to stay connected to serious chess preparation on the go, then the ChessBase mobile app is for you.